Hello there, and welcome to Byte Episode 2. I am joined by Charles, our wonderful editor. He's going to be showing off our amazing skills later on, don't you worry about that. And also joined by AJ, not Anthony Joshua, but Anthony. How you guys doing? Did you enjoy this week?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I
It's
enjoyed it.
very, very good, very insightful, and like fantastic to see like how far technology has come that's benefiting both the gaming and the film and every other industry.
Mm, What about you, AJ?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah, I liked when we went to the Unreal Gaming. I like that bit.
Yeah, I am with AJ definitely on that one. The that was definitely epic, no pun intended. That was, I mean, obviously being an absolute gamer, it definitely hit the levels on that one. So we're gonna just our topic this week. Is something that I think we could agree on. That something we could go on about for quite a bit, and that is the future of technology, but
Mm.
with the future of advertising as well. Um, so if we could just go bit by bit. So with Studio Block, right? Because I've been trying to figure out my idea as well. And they sort of like the way they sort of like help brands come together and create their logo for them. A lot of work gets put behind these sort of things, and
Mm-hmm.
I think as time goes on, uh, they might be able to develop softwares which would probably take like maybe less time to make things like that. I could be absolutely wrong here, but I see the amount of just even when it comes to simple things like editing logos or videos or advertising, a lot of work gets put behind it for sometimes for like a 3 minute clip or three like two like a quick 1 minute 2 minute advert. So yeah, that was a quite insightful. But yeah, what did you guys take from that particular day? Really?
I think just like how like amazing and passionate as well as authentic Studio Block was, because obviously we had a talk with them last week in terms of how they do data and marketing, and how they try and express their products through people's emo- emotions, as well as what they do daily. But
Mm-hmm.
obviously this week we would on the technology side, and I believe like, yeah, they are very creative, and like George, you said, like a lot of time and effort is put in to these incredible creations that they do, to the point where they're obviously big brands are coming to them to help them with their own marketing strategies, whether it be for
Mm.
a drink product, a car, or something big that leads up to a TV or film release.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
AJ, what about you?
My point's basically the same as Charles. Like, because they're so creative. It's like they've get that because they're so creative and they're using all this amazing technology. They're
Mm.
getting more clients, including like I didn't know they worked on FIFA. I think they done the Volta stuff.
That was incredible.
Yeah, so I don't know if they've done it on this year's one, but I know they've done last year's.
Yeah, I'm jealous. I want to be on FIFA. You know, Charles will be like, on Ultimate Team, I have 99 editing, and AJ will be like 99 filming, 99 picture taking, 99 photography. There we go. That's the right category I'm aiming for here.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
we're gonna have our own. We're gonna have our own Ultimate Team. Don't worry. So
Uh,
so moving from Studio Blob, we also were at Jellyfish this week. Definitely very interesting. Considering I think I think I had a little brief go on it, and I honestly God thought I was gonna get us sued. All of our bank accounts would have been rinsed due to my insignificant amount of brain cells to be able to function the work that goes behind creating just animation as a whole, like the backgrounds, the characters, every single little detail has its own layer. It's quite incredible, isn't it?
Exactly.
And especially it must for editing wise, that must be insanely hard.
Yeah, they showed us how obviously they help like brands with their animations and their visual effects for films like short films to start off with, like Dragon's Homecoming or their latest feature film Spirit. But yeah, seeing just how much with every individual animator or visual effects artists' work being put into what they obviously refer to as a pipeline within the program, and obviously seeing how everything is put together was very, very incredible. And obviously it's scary at first when you actually see it, though, like how much you're faced with in order to actually do subtle changes, like doing this or giving like a sunlight reflection and the backdrop. But yeah, programs like that's just, and just seeing how much gets put into it is just incredible. And obviously we had to obviously sign the non-disclosure agreement with other stuff that they've also worked with, that, and obviously stuff that they are working on, which we obviously can't say today, but just seeing like where these companies go to get the help they need for VFX in 2D animation, 3D animation, it's just incredible.
What was it, AJ? What do you think in that sort of department? What do you think that future necessarily holds?
Oh, it holds a lot of weight because as it shows, they're working on so many like popular Netflix shows. So yeah, so that the work there's like, I was interested when they showed us all the bad education stuff and how they do it. But it's like, but I wasn't. To be fair, I wasn't too interested in going, like, because it's not really. I wasn't really interested like in VFX and stuff like that. So
you know what? I remember you telling me this, and honestly, it's honestly not that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because if you're not into something, you're not gonna pretend. You're not gonna pretend like you're enjoying a cup of tea, and swallow it. You're gonna spit it out because you don't like it. So
yeah,
it's gonna, I could definitely understand you on that level. But what you spoke about, you brought up Netflix, right? That's a huge. I mean, that's a huge brand, probably one of the most iconic brands we have on this on this earth right now.
Yeah.
And the amount of pressure, when you're seeing the amount of work, like, I'm not even bringing it up for the sake of it, but you see Squid Game, the amount of time, putting effort in CGI as well, the amount of expectations that get put on your shoulders to release content, to release series, your own sort of content is insane, and a lot of money as well, budgeting as well.
Oh yeah,
because that also, if I'm not mistaken, because admittedly, animation isn't my strongest field, but from what I can guess, I think Charles, you might be able to help me out on this one. But it really sort of, how the quality of animation would depend on the budget, right?
Yeah, and it also depends on what the audience is targeting as well. Because obviously, when we went to Jellyfish, we also saw that they're working on their own studio products with this the free aliens going to space, and we also saw like every step of how they start off with the storyboard and then getting it on to film and using certain little props so they can mark out where they need to put in the animations later on for continuity's sake. Yeah. But yeah, the budget does play a key role, but obviously, like they've explained, when you do start doing a job like this, you're gonna be starting at doing animation for toddlers shows before you can slowly progress to like big budgets VFX like we see in films like How to Train Your Dragon or Transformers or even Endgame.
So, AJ, do you think the demand will increase or decrease?
I think it'll increase, definitely. Especially how, like you said, we've got Squid Game, like even Alice in Borderlands effects were wicked.
Oh
That
god, literally no one
had
talks
the lasers.
about Alice in
I know when they had the
Nobody.
lasers come down as well and everything. I was thinking, yeah, that's great VFX as well. So I think is only going to see more and more.
Well, this future, I mean, not future, but even as of now, people already expect there to be so much. Hence, why there is so much demand and interest. And I just think people are just curious to see where people are able to take this, because I think, as we speak, technology is still developing. It's crazy to think. And then I know this is completely random, but literally there's a hotel in Japan where it's run by robots. So we're going somewhere. It's continuously building and building and building, and I don't think it's something we should sleep on, because
definitely not.
I think people exaggerate this term about how this future will be run by robots, but I don't think it. But honestly,
robot apocalypse, mate. Watch out!
I know it's gonna be another robot game or something. I don't know.
Another iRobot.
Oh no.
Robots in Borderland or something. But actually, you know what? Speaking about that, because I think this necessarily relates, because I think because people think technology is going to be advanced so much that humans won't necessarily be needed. I wanted to quickly touch upon that because I think it plays a bit of a key part here, because technology will become so involved in our lives. But what will the roles be? Do you think we serve key roles in those then? If people say technology is going to take over, how do you respond to that?
That's a good point.
I
think, Charles, you got anything for that?
I don't know. It's actually it's a very curious question, despite obviously most of this technology is obviously just being put in for film or gaming or obviously every other advertisements across the creative industry. Because obviously, moving on from Jellyfish, we went to Epic Games and we saw how they used their Unreal Engine, specifically their new Unreal Engine 5, as well as their virtual production technology, which is bloody brilliant, by the way. Excuse pardon my French. Just seeing how they've changed the game in terms of being able to put actors at a location instead of actually traveling to the real location. For example, Mandalorian, the Star Wars show, they use virtual production to put Pedro Pascal and other actors in a virtual dome that puts up the environment of where the character is right now. And personally, that is honestly brilliant, because that gives the actor more of a sense of how he can react and see certain things instead of just being told to imagine it. Because obviously most films, obviously when it comes to VFX, there's green screen or blue screen, but now we're getting technology where a whole world can be built before being put into finalizing in post-production. As we saw at Epic Games, we saw the virtual production technology. We also saw how the Unreal Engine works and how that's become more of a demand since the pandemic, like using it for car adverts, and then later on using it for advertisements and games.
I just look. I think we are going to have an important role in this, because at the end of the day, we are literally we are behind the technology being created in the first place, and we are going to be the ones, I guess, necessarily testing them, because we're the ones that are buying it, we're the ones that are reviewing it, we're the ones that are just taking it all in as it comes. So I think in terms of that, they'll, obviously the demand of it will be huge. A lot of curiosity will be there. But I think what it will take is a huge global brand to really gamble and push the limits, because animation can go, but an animation design, and as Charles says, of the Unreal Engine, they can go above and beyond. It's insane. Like I was such a geek the other day when we were at Epic Studios and just seeing the graphics, seeing the hard work goes behind Fortnite. It's just it's just brilliant. You don't realize how much work gets put into these things until you actually go there and you see for yourself the amount of detail, the amount of planning that goes into it, the amount of hours been spent putting things together and creating a masterpiece. And heck, it's good when when literally the whole entire of your industry, which is dedicated to film and TV, is used quite frequently. And I didn't even know Match of the Day even used that. That was
I did.
I didn't. So you lot can play your cards on that one. But yeah, I wanted to touch upon also another exciting thing that we came up this week, which was Twitch. We love a bit of live streaming, don't we? So so guys, what is your overall view on Twitch? Do you guys familiarize yourself with gaming as well? How does gaming play a part in our future with technology?
Well, putting aside any incidents or bad rep that Twitch has gotten for the last couple of years, speaking to the people we had this week, it's a very, very creative and open environment. And obviously, when it comes to live streams, they are specific with obviously the audience that they want some people to look at. But it's not just focusing on people just going on Twitch to live stream games anymore. It's also to talk about like watching someone do their work, or someone editing, someone doing an art piece. But it's also like, having a chat with others. And obviously before that, you need to approve it from Twitch, like exactly what the topic you're talking about, just to keep them with their guidelines. But Twitch has come a long way from just being a gaming streaming platform, because they don't just do that anymore. They get involved with other companies, they get involved in charities, and it's come a long way since the initial launch of it.
Well, a lot of money's been, from what I heard recently, like, if I'm not mistaken, it's in the millions, right? The amount of things the amount of money they put into advertising and branding. It's just incredible. Literally, I was honestly having a lot of fun, even just having the idea of a live stream. What about you, AJ?
Yeah, I did like the talk. Like, me personally, I've never used Twitch. That's more for my little brother. It's like when I watch that, sometimes I watch YouTube. It's like I'll watch their Twitch that they've put on YouTube, because that they've cut it down and stuff. But it's like, I think I watched it. I don't know if you guys know Your Age. He's a gamer from America and stuff. I just watch him for his reactions, because like when he plays these scary games, he's got a deep voice like me, but he screams at such a high pitch. It's crazy.
What's your stream high pitch then?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'd also enjoyed the creative tasks we had. I think you're in my group, weren't you, George?
Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah, I think I covered the Slipknot and Living Colour idea.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, please just set up Twitch, and we'll make collaborations, and I'll rock up with my Squid Game outfit, so we can make a triple collab.
Oh yeah, I've got my Slipknot mask in my bedroom right now, so it's like.
Well, my outfit hasn't come yet, so I might have to wait a few more days for that. But yeah, Twitch was great because as you know, I'm trying to, as someone that's I guess trying to be out there as much as possible. I think it's an amazing idea. So many opportunities you could do with that, and for me as well personally, it's about, because Twitch is a platform where you can be yourself to a degree.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how much stuff I'll be able to get away with there, but honestly, when it comes to branding, advertising, I think that would excite me. I mean, depending on your, like, I guess your character, and I guess depending on your personality,
and
they'll have something for you. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, and obviously, backtracking to obviously last week when we were taking a look at data and insight, I mentioned to them like one of the ideas we can do to get around how they advertise these events that they do for people. They don't just do it online anymore because they know their audiences will just skip the ads.
Yeah.
So what they would do is do the initiative and literally advertise the hell out of their events and products, either on the side of a bus or literally on the outside of big screens in London, because they know that people who watch stream don't always stay inside all the time. They go outside so in order for them to grab the attention. So that's honestly good for them that they do that, because they understand their audience, and that's key for a company like that to get more people interested in what they're doing, understanding their audience.
As soon as they can relate to something, as you're saying, I think that's when people would start to listen, I guess, a bit more, because they know they're involved in it. So the fact that they are sort of like, don't want to say not necessarily participating, but also sort of acknowledging that the things that they're doing, the people, the brands can pick up on that and see how people behave, how they operate. So that also helps out on that one. Now, what was it? So you had so obviously I wasn't there yesterday. So what did you guys take from Friday's class?
Well, it was very interesting to say the least, seeing like how how the people at Pals also, just like Studio Blah, like they're not, obviously they do obviously contracts and they get called in by big brands to do products, but I like the fact that they don't just stop at one idea, because when they showed us the idea for how they wanted to advertise and get people's attentions for 1917, they didn't just stop at one thing for augmented reality. They had multiple things to get people interested. They had the communication app that would give them a clip. If you're able to like do it properly, you can point your phone at a billboard or a specific building. It would give you like bits of the trailer in between the numbers. But overall, what I find enjoyable is how they were able to create a immense 3D experience within a trench, and it got people buzzing on social media. And that honestly just hearing how they do all that and what they can do for future events, like it's just groundbreaking.
Yeah, so I quite enjoyed it as well. It's like especially when we got the chance to actually put ideas on Word doc or paper, because I was with Charles. I was with you that yesterday, wasn't I? In that group.
I believe you were. It was the Matrix.
Yeah, the Matrix. Yeah.
Oh, what's the idea behind this then, you two?
Well, pretty much, it was the idea was pretty much we had to figure out a way to get people interested into the fourth Matrix film, and there were multiple ideas we threw at it. In terms of obviously QR codes, augmented reality.
We got Steven Spielberg's here. That we've got all these directors here.
No, I say I think thankfully we had Tiana and Hum, because I think Tiana and Hum come with a lot of good ideas.
Hey, so did I. What the hell, man?
And you, Charles.
Man.
And you,
apparently, AJ's got the belt on his waist, so we'll just.
Everyone had great ideas. We were able to voice them to the others, and everyone liked them. But everyone also had great ideas with how they wanted to get the idea of getting people to get on the trend for the latest Matrix film.
Yeah.
I think personally, my favorite idea was the augmented reality part, when you point your phone at a specific landmark and the Matrix data streams start going over it, like you're in reality, but you're not in reality.
Yeah. I like that idea. That idea was good.
That was.
Oh, sorry.
Well, making me feel bad for missing out.
I think people need to secure their jobs properly, or we'll take them.
Yeah, but backtracking to something that obviously you were there for, George, I think to maybe wrap this whole podcast up, as well as the week, is just seeing how all of this technology combining with other social media aspects like Facebook and obviously Fortnite and all that coming together to do the metaverse, as they call it, because that's something that we were really not aware of until this week.
Well, to really sort of sum it up, really, it's that I mean, this might be me being a bit general here, but honestly, I think what I found out a lot about, it's literally as what we've been speaking about quite a bit, or me to say the least, how much work and detail is put into it, and obviously with these sort of things, it comes with time. So people won't be able to learn these things straight away, and to be honest with you, I don't really expect them to, because even going to Jellyfish Pictures, even the tour we had at Epic Games, there's so many things to consider. There is. And we all operate differently. Some of us, we might pick it up within a flash. You never know. But for real though, the challenge is there, and the future. I mean, not to sound corny, but the future is now, and more people will be more curious and more eager to jump on the ride as well, and see what the future will bring for us. And people want to be involved. People want to stay involved, and I think that's very important. And I think brands now are going to get a bit more brave. They're going to get more encouraged, and I think they're going to get more, let's hope, creative, because again, a lot of money's been a lot of money, and probably maybe even billions probably are spent every day putting out content for brands, businesses, and all of that. And obviously, as we discover with YouTube and Twitch, it's going to be a lot. and it's going to keep getting better and better and better, and a lot is going to be, and more is going to be spent. So you best better believe that our future is going to be engulfed with
definitely
new, fresh technology.
Definitely.
And I think we are involved in this.
Yeah, definitely. These young kids, especially when it comes to gaming as well, they're spoiled for choice. These young kids are spoiled for choice with these good games these days.
Yeah. And people are already getting the hang of trying to create their own virtual worlds. And we know Unreal Engine, like, it's not limiting people. It's literally out there for everyone. And we're seeing that being used in games like Fortnite or virtual reality. Because I know people who play on VR and VR chat, and people have literally made their own worlds for people to interact in. So that is something that's slowly going to improve over time with this whole metaverse concept. People socializing with their avatars from home. Or
didn't we have that with Club Penguin?
Oh,
wait,
no.
guys, let's just take a moment of silence for the Fallen game.
Fallen? I was never into that. Oh my god!
I was gonna speak a bit of French then.
But Club Penguin. What is the point of Club Penguin? You can't do anything. You can't do anything on Club Penguin. It's so boring. Collecting coins as you go down on your belly button.
Community.
It did. It had a whole community, bro.
It had a whole community.
It had a whole community that got shut down. That's what happened.
Maybe they just didn't have enough budget to keep it going anymore.
Oh, there you go then. It wasn't making enough money, was it?
Well, that, or maybe the people who bought the company decided, oh, we don't want to waste any
because people realised that kids just prefer Minecraft.
Kids prefer Minecraft or Fortnite or going on VR.
Or Roblox.
Oh god.
That's a
Roblox.
Oh,
well, I don't go on that. I mean,
I know.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys go on it, I mean,
yeah.
It's not really my PG tips to sip. You know what I mean? So, but
yeah,
we're just, well, you know, we don't judge. But I just want to ask you too. So, you know, with this week as a whole, so kind of, I guess, what Charles asked me, what is the one thing that you expect the future to bring? What thing have you learned this week that you didn't know of? Because like I said, there was so many things to take away from this week, but nothing in particular. But if there's any one thing that stands out in your mind,
I think for me, even though I was aware of it before, I just think like it's how interesting and how much effort and detail is put into this new form of filmmaking with the virtual production tech, because having to put people in these environments instead of traveling to the actual environment is actually clever, because not only obviously we're seeing this happen within, obviously we're seeing this in Mandalorian, but some of it's also being done for the new Batman film. But it's funny how early this started, because I did some little bit of digging, found out an early version of this type of production was put into Gravity. An early version of this technology was put into the film Gravity.
Oh, okay.
And it was only say this is obviously what we saw, it was a big dome. How they did it, it was just Sandra Bullock in a box, because it was obviously her being in space most of the time. So it was the whole surroundings. But overall, I think my key takeaways of this is obviously seeing just how far and how much more virtual production can do for both gaming, film, and any type of industry, as well as VFX and 3D animation and 2D animation. That's something I'm curious to see. It's how much further it can go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I cannot believe this just came into my head just now. But this learning about animation and I can't. It sounds really weird, but bear with. This learning about animation, learning about the work that goes into it, makes me very grateful for Toy Story. I mean, but think about it. I think that was Disney's first animated film, Pixar animated film, or something.
So.
I do not want to get my facts wrong because I don't want to get sued again. So
It's
I don't
not
want another
something
lawsuit.
being sued, it's just general knowledge.
Yeah. I just don't want to get cancelled because I got something wrong. You know what I mean? But
I think it was before Disney fully bought Pixar. Right now, I think they were just doing partnerships at the time.
yeah. But my general overpoint is that, man, think about all the work that went into that. They had limited resources, and they were able to put together let's be honest now, a masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in 1995. But imagine the stuff they do now. They might ruin it because storylines just get ruined for no reason. But
but just seeing how far the technology has come, even when you're just using a green screen or a blue screen, you can actually get actors for a film or a game to actually be in the area and doing the lines instead of being behind a recording studio. They can actually physically do the movements, and that can be obviously put in post-production later on. So seeing that they can actually do more than just be a voice and actually be physically a part of the experience is groundbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
AJ, what is your delivery of this week?
Oh, man. My delivery from this week would be like this whole industry has come so far, but it can go so much further.
Absolutely.
Especially especially when we went to Unreal Gaming, I think you guys saw me, once I saw the camera, my face kind of just lit up. This is I was just in my element with that. So it's
yeah, definitely. And obviously seeing how the camera is connected to the main screens as well with this tech, how it can track what you want to see. And obviously on the screen we saw how it renders, how it focuses, just how it's what they were able to put up that they could, because obviously they can't give too much away, but just seeing how that tech works and wanting to learn more about it even from the bottom up of being a runner, that's just something that people aspire to want to learn more, and that's what I want to try and do as well, because I'm still
definitely.
We're all in the same boat here, really. I mean, we're all picking up these things as we go along. But I just think, because you guys know that I don't really have a media background, so but I kind of do and kind of don't. But being an actor and just trying to learn all these things all together, but just learning these things in depth really just makes you be a bit more curious, and I think that's one of the things that drives us to do more and to be sort of more out there. So I think there's a lot more beneficial factors for this one. But yeah, anything else you guys want to add on?
I think I'm good. AJ?
I'm good.
Yeah, well, there you have it. We took a bite of episode 2. That was definitely a huge one. And yeah, for sure. It was, as always, a pleasure to be with AJ and Charles, of course. It was great talking about this topic because, again, we could go all day, because I think we could all agree that we're all geeks for this subject.
Yeah.
So
I only wish that
no shaming at all, because
I only wish we were able to come this week. But
Mhm.
obviously, plans happen, things get in the way, and that's obviously something we all need to always have to take into consideration. So hopefully next week we'll have the others to join us, but we
Yeah,
are here
yeah.
in spirit.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. We're all in this together, aren't
Yeah.
we?
Right.
So yeah. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for Byte episode 3 next week.
Bye-bye.